Alexa, unpause the music. Damn. Hey, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I got a little message for y'all. I'm gonna get right into it. The number 8 could be significant. The number 8. What does 8 mean to you? 8 days, 8 months on the 8th day of the 8th month. 8 years. This message is not really going to resonate with everybody, and I'm going to keep it short and simple and sweet. But there's a shift within a certain part of the community, the collective, that resonate with receiving downloads or sacred information, whatever you want to subscribe to. Comes a point in time where you have to dig deeper as to what all this stuff means for you. And it may be that although you may feel like you're not qualified for a path, it is one that you were destined to walk, that you've always been called to walk, and it's one that's going to take commitment to the vision, commitment to study, and being able to figure out what is it that how can this gift or this walk or this path benefit you, of course, but benefit others. How can your gift, your service, your informative nature, I should say, or your ability to pay attention to detail, your ability to see things that other people don't see, how can you take that and be a light in the world? How can you take all those things that you know and be a light in the world? Because what if it's that you're somebody that's just destined to find a way, create a tool, create something, a product, something tangible? What if it's that your calling is to create something tangible through creativity, authenticity, and understanding that whatever it is that you have to offer will be helpful to somebody in the world, but it's going to take sacrifice, which may mean staying in situations that you may not really want to be in temporarily, but still working on the bigger cause. It may mean sacrificing time, doing certain things so that you can study. Whatever it is that you got to do, it's like, why not sharpen the skills that you already have, aka the sharpen the skills that you already have, aka your assets. You know. Anyway, I'm not gonna look. I really want to know how to turn the comments off on this because they're very distracting. Anyways. So it's like, how can you be of light in the world in a time where people are hurting, in a time where people are lost, and you are someone that is, you're ahead. You understand things. You understand that, you know, you're getting to, you know, you have something to offer. You have a solution. You have a solution to offer somebody. So why not offer it to them? Offer it to them and give them more than what they ask for. Give them more than what they pay for, right? Because this is a season where you have to know how to pivot based off of what is going on in the world. And it's going to take creativity. It's going to take all these different things that people may not have. So some people may know how to structure a business, but you're somebody that's creative. Being a creative is not just limited to being a content creator. Being a creative is just being creative, and how can you utilize your creativity to be an asset to other people? But seriously though, right? So this is a time where you have to get innovative. You have to, and and here's the thing, you have to really sit with yourself. So it's like whatever industry that you want to be in, you should study it. And when it comes to real, true success, people that you see who are bettering themselves, people who are, you know, the examples, the part of the 1%, they have a sense of idea about the systems that you need to have in place, and just, you know, just certain things. I kind of lost my train of thought. I really hate reading the comments, y'all. I really get distracted. I can really get distracted easily. Seriously. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but I kind of didn't. But yeah, I was going to make this too long, but how can you be an asset? How can you allow the way you are in, you know, just how can, how? How can you allow yourself to develop and grow so that you can stop trading your time for money and start making impact? Because when you focus on making impact, and when you focus on operating in integrity and on faith, God will always open a door. And yes, there will be seasons where you have just enough, and there's seasons where you will have overflow, and then there's seasons where you will have the ability to really see the fruits of your labor. And that's not going to come easy. You got to put in your 10,000 hours. You got to put in your 10,000 hours, and you have to be able to say, I am going to really get the tools or hire the people who have the tools so that you can be able to learn. Because if you're listening to this, you're somebody that truly desires success, and that desire for success is gonna have to come with some strategic planning. And if you're if you have any way that you can put certain systems in place when it comes to just your overall health and well-being. Because here's the thing, success, prosperity, going after goals, and being able to achieve those goals, they're gonna have to come with a certain level of sacrifice and discipline, and they're gonna have to come with a certain level of faith. But then they're also gonna have to come with a certain type of like plan. And sometimes you may not know that. Maybe you'll be good in one department of being disciplined and doing all the other things. Maybe you're good in the mental and the spiritual, but you need help in the physical. And it's okay to hire the help. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to not rush your process because you feel pressured by society. After a while, you see that some things are just illusions. And if you get too caught up in the illusion of, I have to make it look like I'm doing good instead of actually really doing good in real life, right? When you allow yourself to, you know, really take it seriously and just focus on you and what you, it's like, and I'm gonna just say this, if you've ever felt like a late bloomer, right? I want you to look at it like you have the opportunity to study the things that the people that you, who may give you, they lend you inspiration to want to achieve and do better. If you give yourself an opportunity to just learn from people in general, people in your family, people in the world, just learn and study, you will be able to, you know, save yourself some unnecessary, you know, connections, unnecessary just entanglements, unnecessary anything. You get to see, like, you know what, okay, you could do this, but if you don't have the health, then it's not gonna work. If you really just give yourself the time to just grow and to just be in the present, make a plan, but be in the present and trust that everything is gonna work itself out. Yeah, you just, yeah. Gotta think long term. If not, your ass is grass and the time goes by anyway, so you might as well. But yeah, I just wanted to say, hey guys, sometimes I get deep in my thoughts, I come, I release, and I go. But yeah, this is just like a spirit of moment. I just wanted to pop in here. Um, I'm not tired. I'm actually very much awake. And I wasn't really reading the comments. What do you mean about that? You have plans on top of plans, but I'm at the point where I'm actually doing and it feels surreal. You mean like when you actually get what you did, like what you were aiming for? That's what you mean? Yeah. I feel that when you get to that level of being able to fulfill any type of goal that you set for yourself, it's a very rewarding feeling and it does something to your self-confidence. And self-confidence is one of the main things that you need in order to achieve any type of success, in order to achieve any type of goal. If you don't have the confidence to even feel that you can do it, it's not going to work. You have to really feel confident in yourself. And it's okay to say, I don't feel confident. I don't feel confident in myself in this very moment, but I have no problem working on getting more confident. So it's like the best thing that you can do is, you know, continue, I know what it's like. You didn't ask for advice. You were just telling me something. I know what it's like. And congratulations to you. I know that feeling. And I know that, just bask in it, because then there's going to be a feeling to want to get more. Or that's, that was my experience. And I'm learning that you could just, it's okay to want more, but take your time to figure out what that more is for you. And doing the work to be skilled at whatever it is that you do so that you can be valuable. Because regardless of, even if you want to buy into systems, like even if you want to be an investor, I always think that you should still treat yourself as a business, yourself, your personal self as a business. Just the way that you treat yourself, the things that you do, like everything you should treat yourself like a business so that you could have boundaries with other people. So, yeah. Anyway, I think 18 an 18-minute video is just enough. Maybe I'll post this to my page and maybe I won't, but I'm just building my community here on YouTube. If you're new here, I am Nella Love. Everything that I do is with love. It's from my heart. And this YouTube is just me taking you guys on a journey of me discovering myself and doing the things that I love to do that brings me joy. Even doing the things that make me feel uncomfortable, even though I'm feeling intuitively drawn to do it, just trusting that it'll be all for a bigger reason that I don't understand, and being open to receiving whatever this journey is supposed to bring for me. As someone who had, always had a relationship with God, but, had glimpses of different sorts of religions, and just wanting to focus on just building my relationship with God and just working on that, right? There's no title to that. That's just what it is. And I feel like that is what is the foundation. And whatever the foundation of me working on my relationship with God takes me is where I'm going to go. And I follow my rules. I don't follow anybody else's rules. And I say that in the sense of my world when it comes to what I choose to explore. It's my rules. It's not anybody else's rules. Because I am allowed the free will to explore and be curious and to question things. And I just think that that's what happens when you are on a journey of self-discovery. You start to question things and it leads you into other things. And it helps you in other ways. Regardless of what it is, you just have to look at, life, look at your journey as something that is uniquely yours, and understanding that what your relationship with God may look like for one person may not look like for the other person. So I say all of that to say, you may go on my page, you see that I am into, just different things that God has created through man, through his own creations, the creations of the world, however you want to look at it. But this is, if you're new here, this is my page. Welcome. This is where I explore, I share intuitive messages with oracle cards or sometimes tarot. It depends. Or sometimes it's just me here having a conversation, just being a channel. And I just think that when you are a channel, and that may be one of the many things that you are called to do, you have to be creative with how you tap into your channel, or how what you put on your channel, But either way, I say all of that to say, don't put me in a box. Have an open mind. Just because you see me one way doesn't mean that's how I'm always going to be. And be open to evolving with me. And just know that I'm showing up as myself. I'm doing the things that I do on my spare time and sharing it with others. And however that translates and whatever that may mean for you is what it may mean for you. But what it means for me is trusting my intuition and strengthening my walk and relationship with God, and whatever that means for me. Because another thing is that if you're listening to this message and you're still here this far, you could be somebody that resonate with, not that you don't want rules, but you don't want you don't want to be anything other than yourself. And you understand that you're a work in progress, but you don't want to change who you are. And the thing is, and that this is what I had to learn, is that God is meeting me where I am. Even when I cuss sometimes, even if I act a little ratchet, even if I listen to those type of music, God is accepting me for who I am, and we're working on me. And that's that. So, like I said, how I show up today, I don't know how I may show up a few years from now, right? But I'm meeting myself where I am, and that's all that matters. If you choose to meet me where I am, that's great. I'm hoping that by me being transparent and sharing myself, my authentic self, helps you in some sort of way, because that is the whole point, right? Whether it's like you feel heard, or maybe it's something that sparks something, it activates something inside of you to go take action on something else. I don't know. It can be whatever it is for you, but as long as you're, I feel like I resonate with the people that don't want to be boxed in, the people who explore all different things and keep God as the number one foundation, right? I am all for community learning, whatever it is. connecting, right? But I say all of that to say, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Nella Loves Oracle, because this is where we just be authentic and stand in our truth, and that's it. My truth may look different from your truth, but it's what's true is true. And that's all that matters. Oh my gosh, the trolls are trolling. I don't have a bad hairline. I have a big head, but that doesn't hurt my feelings. That was funny though. You know, I was watching something where they were saying that if you think the trolls on TikTok is something, you don't know what it's like to be on YouTube. And I forgot what's the other one. Or I think it was like, it's not Instagram, it's YouTube and TikTok where people will troll you. That was hilarious. This is crazy. This is so funny to me. Because yeah. Sometimes you gotta take the trash out. Don't forget to take the trash out. Because not always, and here's the thing, when you forget to take the trash out, then here's the thing, when you avoid taking the trash out, you end up having to let the trash take out itself. And when you have to let the trash take out itself, metaphorically speaking, when you have to let the trash take itself out, sometimes it gets messy. Or it leaves a stench that takes a long time. It takes the it takes a long time to get the smell out. Anyway, I'm proud of me. I was here for 30 minutes. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. It's 2:22 a.m. where I am right now. On the time that I'm on. I'm gonna go ahead and give you one. card. Rebirth. Rebirth. Okay. It says, I am in constant bloom. I am refreshed, rejuvenated, and reborn. You have entered a period of spiritual awakening and rebirth, where you have the opportunity to align with your higher self and the overarching principles that guide you. The angels say to be prepared to be the best you can be. Whatever is needed for you to be the best you can be is what is coming, regardless you're ready or not. Regardless of if you're ready or not. And the good news is that whatever it is that you have to be enlightened to or awaken to, a part of yourself, a version of yourself that you need to awaken to, a version of yourself that you need to let go, whatever that may mean for you, right? You have to know that by you acknowledging and taking the steps to become and to do what is it that you need to get to the next level, wherever you are, right? Let's say you're somebody, okay, maybe you already have, you already got the success, but you're trying to take your bag to the next level, right? What do I need to do to take my bag to the next level? You might already have some type of money coming in, but you're like, what is it that I need? It may mean that you just need to go and start doing therapy. You may need a trainer to work out. You may need a nutritionist. You may need to go see your primary care physician. Make sure that your health is in order, because that is your currency. And the better you feel, the more things can flow to you when you're ready for them. The more you can manage the things that you are setting goals for, and trusting that even those little small steps and disciplines is just what you need to get to the next level. So ask yourself, what is it that you're willing to change so that you could be able to awaken to this next version of yourself that's more abundant, that's more financially free, that's more independent. A version of yourself that can be able to give back into your community, because it's possible. Whether you're teaching them things, you're coaching them, there's so many ways that you can give back to your community. But there's a version of yourself that you have to become, that you have to be willing to go on a sacrifice to even discover, so that you can be able to rebuild yourself from a better solid foundation. So what does that mean? Facing the things that I don't want to talk about. Facing the things that, have hurt me. Surrendering your emotions. Releasing those emotions. By just discussing something, actually really talking about it and how it makes you feel. But it's all free will. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And the thing is is that there will come a time where the trash will end up taking itself out, but the stench that it leaves may be harder to get rid of. Versus if when the garbage, when you knew you were supposed to take the garbage out and you took it out, there wouldn't be a smell. So I want you to be open to that. Ask yourself, what is it that I can do? What is it that I can release so that I can be a better me? And with what I have control over. You have control over your mental health. You have control over your physical health. You have control over what you choose to watch or listen to. You have control over your reality, whatever you choose to do. You have control over it. You have control over your own free will. Everything is a choice. Even when you think you're not making a choice, you are. So, for some of you, how can you release anger? What are some things that you can do to release the anger that you have inside of you? Especially if it comes from a place where people give you some sort of unmet need. Also, for some of you, you were told that, I don't know, like there's an energy where in your life, right, when you are somebody that grew up with being told that you need to like be calm and you can't, like, you know, you need to know you can't act out, everything is like a secret, you could kind of hold on to a lot of anger because it's just built up from things that you couldn't really express yourself about simply because you weren't allowed to be angry. And it's like, allow yourself to be angry and sit with that anger. And then find, what are you going to do about it now? Okay, I'm angry. What do I want to do about it? Why am I angry? Okay, that's why I'm angry. Could this have been avoided? Were there signs? Whatever it is, ask yourself the questions. It's okay to sit with your anger. It's like, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't make you a bad person just because you are angry. In fact, give your anger to God. This is when you know that you're angry or you're going through a lot of emotions that you're releasing, it's best to be by yourself. Be by yourself. Be by yourself. Make sure that you're locking in with God and you give that anger and you tell God how you really feel. You know what? I'm angry about this right now. This person, whatever you got to say, or this job, or this child, whatever it is, you keep it real. You give that anger to God. Or God, I'm angry. I'm just hurt. Is it anger? Is it hurt? Right? Or is it sadness? Or maybe you lost someone. You know, whatever it may be. Give that anger to God so that you can be able to free yourself, because it's too much of a heavy burden to carry, and it is stopping you from getting to a better version of you that can be able to have the capacity to not only have but sustain the things that you are praying for as long as you need to be sustaining them for, because not everything may be forever. And the whole thing is that you just have to be willing to take a chance on anything or anyone even if this person is yourself. trusting that God will guide you through whatever uncertainty it is that you feel. So it's like allow yourself to go on whatever emotional roller coaster you need to go on. Because after you go on the roller coaster once, you get off. Release guilt. Release guilt. Yes, you could have did better. You could have done more. You could have did less. You should have done less. You should have knew better. You should have. It's done. It's past. So allow yourself to trust your walk with God. And just know that when you're on your walk with God, you will be awakened to your fears. You will be awakened with your fears, and they can be very overwhelming. Especially if this is something that you have battled with, especially mentally. You'll be awakened to your fears. There's a part of you that you're motivated and you're highly ready, you're inspired, but then there's a fear that's doubting you, that's telling you that you won't be okay. You know? And the whole point is that you have to go through this. This is just something that's inevitable. You have to go through this fear. You have to go through this feeling of, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a part of your journey because it's courage on the other side of that fear. And it's when you allow yourself to be courageous and start taking action on certain things is when the miracles can happen. So, whoever needed to hear that, there's your sign. The race is not for the swiftest, it's for the ones who endure to the end. So, anyways, guys,